Hello, I'm Cameron with the Lab Maniacs, and today we're talking about Teshar! Today, we are going to do a quick deck breakdown of Crack Clan Ironworks Teshar, and we're looking at Mateus Nogueira's list and primer. This is a spicy list with more ways to combo than cards in the deck. This is thanks to the redundancy of pieces. To explain the deck, we want to look at 4 different types of cards. First is Teshar, which is our primary engine. Casting a historic spell lets us return a creature with 3 mana cost or less from your graveyard to play. This is the primary means of card advantage for the deck, and thanks to its single white mana pip, it can be powered out on turns 2 and 3 to prepare for a turn 3 or 4 combo. The second group of cards are free sacrifice outlets, either for artifacts or for creatures. These allow us to put artifacts or creatures from the battlefield into the graveyard. Group 3 is creatures with 3 CMC or less that let us return an artifact from the grave to our hand or bounce artifacts back to our hand. And the last group is 0 cost or mana neutral artifacts. And guess what? These are historic spells. These let you trigger Teshar for 0 mana and possibly get you some value on their way to the graveyard in the form of card draw, more mana, looking at your opponent's hand, or maybe even their future win condition. So with these card categories in mind, our plan starts with Teshar in play, and then we can start a loop of casting a card from Group 4, the free or mana neutral artifacts, getting a Teshar trigger to return a card from Group 3 to play, that's the recursive creatures, and then we get the creature's recursive ability, returning an artifact from our grave to hand or bouncing one from the battlefield to hand. Then we sacrifice the creature, we sacrifice the mana neutral artifact, and we start over. This is going to get us a free loop of artifact cast, artifact enters the battlefield, and artifact deaths, as well as creature enter the battlefield and creature deaths. And also along the way, we're probably going to be getting some sort of value from our sacrifice outlet. And then from this point, the value from the artifacts that we sacrifice or from the sacrifice outlet are our primary means of winning the game. From the sacrifice outlets, we can self-mill ourselves into other options and other winning cards. We could get infinite mana. We could draw all the cards in our deck. Or we could even put a million +1/+1 counters on a Walking Ballista and ping down the whole table. There's a lot of moving pieces here required to actually combo with Teshar, and it can seem kind of daunting to get all of these in play quickly. Also, we are mono white, which means we have very little card draw. However, we get around this by having a really large amount of redundancy, and also relying on Teshar, saying that cards in our graveyards are actually really like cards in our hand or even cards in play. This means that us milling ourselves can actually turn into pseudo card draw and get us closer to victory. Now, with all these different moving pieces, you could think this could take quite a while to assemble. But luckily for us, Mateus has actually done a lot of testing. And over 100 games that he documented goldfishing, he was able to assemble a combo by turn 4 in 70 of those games. For mono white, that is something that I was not personally expecting at all. When Teshar came out, I personally brewed up several standard decks with him on Arena, and I really liked him as an incredibly unique value engine. I'm really glad to see that we have a solid list that puts him in the command zone, and it's like a Swiss Army knife of ways to combo off. As you spend time playing it, you're sure to find new ways to combo pretty frequently. I do want to say thanks to Mateus for providing a very solid primer and maintaining the list for others to reference. And if you're not familiar with him, he's the founder of cEDH Brazil, their content group. And you can find a link in the description below to his channel and other social media areas. With that, we've Teshared our way out of the game. I'll see you guys next time on the Lab Maniacs.